to breathe in and one hernia down.
Today was a really hard day emotionally. What happened? Hello, hope everybody had a very nice Thanksgiving break. I had a very restful 4 days with very yummy food, good company, plenty of games. It was so nice to not worry about driving to the hospital, being at the hospital, seeing patients, just to take like a full break. I was pretty productive because I think with the rest I found my motivation to do some uworld, so I was pretty productive with uworld and anki. Otherwise, don't worry if you didn't do much and took a full break, because basically apart from those two things I did too. So now these are my last 2 weeks of my elective rotation, and the idea, I had a couple of different ideas for what I wanted to do during this period. Originally I was just gonna keep it surgery and basically have 10 whole weeks of surgery, but I think I've mentioned this before. I think I'm drawing a limit to how much I can take from the one community hospital that I'm at for surgery, because there's a lot of procedures that I've already seen. I've seen every specialty they have to offer. I think I've pretty much met every surgeon at this hospital already, so I almost feel like it's time to move on and see other things. So then the second plan was to go to a different hospital and go with their cardiothoracic surgeon. I got the okay from the cardiothoracic surgeon to join him for 2 weeks, but because they're associated with a different medical school, I had to get permission from their medical school, then get permission from my medical school, and I have yet to receive either, which I was supposed to have by now because that was supposed to start today. So the third option is to do 2 weeks of a research elective. I was fortunate to meet a couple of people that I working on a couple of research projects that are ongoing, so I can jump fully right into doing that research, which means that these 2 weeks would actually be very beneficial in giving me that time to work on the research right now, instead of going to the hospital, having a full work day, and then feeling pressured to work on research at the end of the day additionally. So now I'm going to see if my school will accept that. So as of right now, because I'm in this like purgatory state of waiting and trying to figure out what the decision will be for anything, I got the day off, so I'm going to be productive, work on a bunch of things that I have going on, do some chores, basically use today to catch up on things and get my footing again now that I'm back home. But yeah, that's the update.
Positions while also maximizing.
This feels like what it was like during the first 2 years of medical school and during dedicated. It's almost 1 in the morning and I'm studying, finishing the 200 anki cards I have left. I haven't stayed up this late on like a weekday since I don't know how long, since you have to be at the hospital super early, especially for surgery and anesthesia, which I've been on for the last 10 weeks. This is giving me serious dedicated flashbacks. This is where the new anki updates really get me, because I know for a fact, number 5, if FAST is not available, the answer used to be a diagnostic peritoneal lavage, a DPL, and now it says XLAP, and I know for a fact it was not in this order. This was DPL, and it's throwing me off because this card is supposed to come back in 3 months, and technically I got it wrong, so it has to come back again tomorrow. It's like they're playing games with me, and there's no explanation saying that at some point this card used to say DPL. So now I feel like I'm the one that's going crazy. At least this card clarified that previously it said chest x-ray because I just answered it as chest x-ray. My favorite way to recharge during study breaks is by playing sports. It helps me stay active and clears my mind. I've played tennis for years, and when I can't find a hitting partner, I enjoy a good workout hitting against the wall. The one thing that I've always wished was better was the footage of me playing. XbotGo is an AI sports cameraman that transforms your smartphone into a pro-level camera operator. The product includes a gimbal for smooth filming, a remote control to adjust everything remotely, and an easy-to-follow user manual. Setting it up is a breeze. Just follow the step-by-step instructions on the XbotGo app, which even guides you on how to position the tripod for the best angles. Here's what makes XbotGo a game changer. Automatic tracking and filming. Whether you're playing tennis, pickleball, soccer, or basketball, XbotGo has you covered with support for over 20 different sports. It seamlessly tracks both single players and teams, making it ideal for all kinds of athletes. Accurate player tracking. Using Follow Me 2.0 technology, XbotGo can lock into players by recognizing their appearance, body shape, or even jersey number. It's so precise that it feels like you've got a professional videographer following your every move. And there are no monthly fees. You get 20 gigabytes of free storage with the app, so there's no ongoing costs to worry about. What I love the most about XbotGo is how well it follows me as I move around the court. Even during fast-paced tennis rallies, it captures smooth, professional-looking footage that I can now use for 2 things: showcasing my game and analyzing my performance. With this kind of technical feedback, I can pinpoint areas to improve and takes my skills to the next level. Honestly, I wish I had XbotGo when I was making my college recruiting videos. It would have been a game changer. Whether you're an athlete, a coach, or a parent capturing your kid's game, XbotGo makes it effortless to relive and share those amazing sports moments. Number 1.
After meandering for 20 minutes, I think the idea is to get him a winter scarf.
I'm at the point where I'm happy with a 50. Somehow these last couple of weeks, maybe within like the last month, I've had so many up and downs grouped together. Like if I had something really good happen, then something bad was gonna happen at the same time. And if I had something bad happen, I couldn't be upset about it because something really good had just happened at the same time. What happened in the last like week that's kind of throwing me into like a limbo purgatory state right now for a little bit is that these last 2 weeks I was supposed to either stay on surgery, do a research elective, or go do cardiothoracic surgery somewhere else. So I was banking on the cardiothoracic surgery thing going through. And of course, me having asked like 2+ months in advance, I have still not gotten a reply. And I had a yes from the surgeon, did not get a yes from the school, and then obviously have not asked my school because I didn't even know if the other school was gonna say yes. And that would have started now, and obviously it hasn't. So that was the first little blow. The thing is, I really enjoyed doing my general surgery, or my surgery rotation in general, at this hospital that I'm in. But it's a small community hospital. I've pretty much exhausted all of the surgeries that I was supposed to see, have met all the surgeons, saw a ton of procedures. So doing 10 weeks of surgery at a hospital like that with not really a system in place for students wasn't ideal. And I didn't really realize that. Like, I kind of created that mess on my own because I was the one that signed up for that because I was so gun-ho excited to do surgery. But then I realized by like the 50th gallbladder, there's not much that I can do. The other side of that being is there were no PAs, there were no MPs. I got to be the first assist as a medical student every time, and that would be very different. That would be an incredible experience, and it would make sense for me to keep going and get that hands-on experience. But I haven't been able to do that much. The one day that I really got to do it was when the PA was out, so it was just the surgeon alone, but that was just like a matter of circumstance, not a regular day-to-day thing. And I think in that sense, that's where I'm like asking for too much as a medical student, and that's where I like overextended myself time-wise, because if I was only there for 6 weeks, as is a regular surgery rotation, then I would have been allowed to do a couple of things hands-on myself, and then it would have been time to go anyway. But because I went past the 6 weeks and now I feel like, okay, I've seen everything, can I get to do stuff? Clearly, like, that wasn't the plan, and I don't think that's how schools do it, and this is the part that you would get to do now as a resident. So it's like, hold your horses, you're gonna get to do all this stuff in residency, not as a medical student. So yeah, so I was banking on the CT surgery. That fell through because no one got back to me. I then was like, okay, well, I have surgery as backup, so it's okay because I'll still be happy. And then I realized that it's probably just not a good use of my time anymore. And then my third idea was to do a research elective, because as the bad things had happened, I got a lot of good things. Through reaching out and getting connected to the right people, I had a couple new research projects that I became a part of, which, thank God, I've been waiting for this for like the last 2 years. So I'm finally, like, I have my hands full with like research. I'm very excited to get into it. Perfect, I have 2 weeks. Let me request a research elective so that I can do research and like really get ahead on these projects. Like, this is perfect timing. I have the elective time. I email my school, I tell them that I want to switch from doing the 2 weeks of surgery to 2 weeks of research. They flat out say no, which is upsetting, but I also try to understand their point of view. From their side, I was supposed to go through an application process. I was supposed to request this time in advance. I was supposed to explain my research to them, and I guess like do a proposal, like all the extra, honestly, sort of BS stuff just to get these 2 weeks of research. Disappointing because A, they don't know the circumstance, and that I happened to find this research within like the last 2-3 weeks. So if I had known in advance, I probably would have done it. Also, I was banking on the CT surgery thing to work. And also the upsetting thing is I did all this work myself. I found the connections myself. I emailed myself. I put myself into the position where I like earned this research. My school didn't help me with that. And now my school is like, we could help you by giving you these 2 weeks to work on your awesome research projects, but we're not gonna. So basically, there's not really a problem. I am still on my surgery rotation. I only have a week and a half left, so it's okay. I can figure it out. Like, there's time. I can go to the surgeries, I can find something to learn from or someone to learn from, and then I always have time in the evenings to do research, so there's always a way around these things. Obviously, ideally, it would have played out differently in my head, but this is what I got, and this is what I have to go with. So you can say my rotations fell apart, you can say that this is how it was always meant to be and how I had planned it, and I was just like a little bit too overambitious with things. Now I'm just hoping to end these last 2 weeks on a high note, get good evals, because I still get evals for my electives, keep up with all my research, keep up literally with everything, and finish everything in time for winter break, because I want winter break to be like a clean break from everything school related. The only thing I want to do is like my own personal research now into residency programs and like away rotations and all that stuff. So that is the current update.